Hello, everybody. This is Grace with Grace on a Journey Channelings. Welcome to the new fellow travelers, and to those of you returning, welcome back. You are loved, valued, and appreciated. Now, let's take some time to show ourselves some love. Give yourself a big hug. Gentle reminder, it's important to balance your chakras every day. Now, there are several ways in order for you to accomplish that, and I encourage you to do your research and basically explore different ways in order to make it more of a fun experience. When you know all the different ways to balance your chakras, you'll be able to try different new things. And I guarantee you that will help you to confirmation. That will help you to know what is most effective for you, because we're all different. And so some things may work for me because I've trialed and error, and some things you may need to try yourselves in order for you to really feel the effect of your efforts in relation to balance. There's a lot of information out there, so get to it. Now, we normally do a chakra exercise, but I'm understanding that there are some that are new in attendance. So I would always like to bring you up to date as well. So what it is I share different affirmations in relating to our chakras. I basically give a brief cue, so to speak, in relation to our chakras, and then all together we basically share whatever it is that our spirit is leading us to say in relation to each chakra. So if you pay attention and you see how I do it, you'll realize that there's nothing to it. Okay? So we're going to begin with root chakra. I have a new beginning. Sacral chakra. I feel ecstatic. Solar plexus chakra. I can make a list of gratitude that never ends. Heart chakra. I love greater than I ever did before. Throat chakra. I speak love. Third eye chakra. I see a harvest coming. Crown chakra, I know. I know. I am victorious. Now, I was woken up this morning by two songs, and they will be our channeled songs for today, because I know the reason why they were brought to my attention is in order for me to share them with you. The first song was by Maxwell. And for those of you that listen to his music, you can't deny that he's definitely an original. And being woken up by his music caused me to immediately look into it. It's just something about his art, his voice, that is so authentic. And you could hear the passion in it. And he definitely is one of my favorite artists. But the song is The Woman's Work. What's interesting is I heard the background, the music, but the lyrics that I was hearing were not the same as the song's lyrics. Confirmation. But out of respect for his music and his art, I'm going to share some of the verses that I feel had a message. Now, pray God you can cope. I stand outside this woman's work, this woman's world. Oh, it's hard on a man. Now his part is over. Now starts the craft of the Father. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I should have been crying, but I just can't let it show. I should have been hoping, but I can't stop thinking of all of the things I should have said that I never said. All of the things we should have done, though we never did. All of the things I should have done, though we never did. I should have been hoping, but I can't stop thinking of all of the things I should have done. Though we never did, all the things I should have done. Rewind. Though we never did, all the things I should have given, but I didn't. Oh, darling, make it go away. Give me these moments back. Give me them back. Give them back to me. Give me that little kiss. Give me. I should have been crying, but I just can't let it show. I should have been hoping. I can't stop thinking. And people, when I heard this and I saw the video, the video is remarkable. The video itself, without the lyrics, without the music, has a lot to offer in relation to a message. Especially the part when you see him in the body of water. And one of the things that caught my attention as well, there was a pavement, a wide street. And they made an effect where he was able to basically sink into the street as if he was sinking into water and he was swimming across. That represents like a path, right? A path to the woman that this message is addressed to. On his path, he sank. But he wanted this message to reach her. And is giving me the feedback that he has regrets, right? And in his own way, he feels apologetic, okay? And he recognizes her now. He recognizes her strengths, her power, her presence, but it's just too late. And that story is ever so common in the human experience. And it's funny how many times I heard that song and I used to be like, what does it mean? But today I was able to absorb all that he was releasing and the message that he was sending. It was a real one. But the lesson life has taught me, and I hope the lesson that begins to echo all around this world, is that we all define love in our own way. Confirmation. And so if we utilize that word that does not suggest that we need to stay put with whomever we feel or we believe is in the emotion of love. Because love to me does not have to be what love is to you. And I will continue with the next channeled song that came to me. I never heard this song before, but I so much enjoyed the video. I like that there was a interlude and it gave me more insight of what he was talking about. But the singer is Isaac Hayes. And the title of the song is I Stand Accused of Loving You. And some of the verses that caught my attention is guilty of loving you. In the song, he blames his behavior on his childhood. Apparently, he was having a relationship with a woman, and he was not showing up in his maturity. And a lot of us use the excuse of our childhood. Well, I didn't see people do things like that, and I was raised a certain way, and I didn't have everything I need. I belonged to a big family, and so there were certain things I had to do. There were certain ways I had to roll. Yeah, I grew up in the church, but I had to do what I had to do. Okay, you had to do what you had to do. But this lady moved on. In fact, this lady got engaged. And all of a sudden, he remembers and approaches her, congratulates her on her engagement, insincerely. Confirmation. But he did the gesture, so to speak. Confirmation. And another way of saying it would be he was fronting about it. That he was congratulating her. Oh, I'm happy for you, and what a lucky man. And yeah, right. Because he's like, I stand accused of loving you. Meanwhile, she's engaged. Meanwhile, she met somebody who's more than willing to treat her right. But now you want to come back and say that you love her and that you want to come back. And although the song did not end with her response, but I feel she was an intelligent woman. That's why she moved on in the first place. And in the knowledge that she has intelligence, oh yeah, she moved on. You see, I'm going to repeat what I said just now when I was making commentary to a woman's work, Maxwell's song, that love is not uniform to everybody. Your form of love is not necessarily confirmation, is not necessarily my form of love. And so when two people who quote unquote love each other, the foundation is stronger when both of you love each other in ways that you understand love to be. I believe that is what inspired the author who wrote the book Love Languages. It was brought to his attention that people love in different ways. And another thing you should consider when building a foundation is, what is your vision? How are we living? What is respect to you? What is respect to me? What are the boundaries? What is acceptable? Confirmation. What is acceptable? What is not acceptable? Who is in this relationship? And those of you who are wondering, well, what does that mean? Well, sometimes you're in a relationship and you realize once you're in it, you're not in a relationship. Confirmation. You're not in a relationship with that person that you thought you was in a relationship with. Number one, he was a foe. Number two, you're in a relationship with him and his whole entourage, because they have access to all of your privacy. And people that have different personalities can run into mountains in those types of circumstances. Because if one person is private, confirmation. If one person is private and the other person doesn't know when to shut up, it's not going to work. In my case, there's never been a relationship that I shared about online. Okay? And in my private life, my closest friends, they know who I'm in a relationship with, but they know nothing about the relationship. I don't play about my relationship. This is why it brought me to a season of foreign land, for a lack of a better way of expressing myself. When I had to go into detail and share of what I endured on a ferry trip to hell, in a relationship that I thought was real, but that was fraudulent. When it was first brought to my attention by my spiritual support team that I would have to basically speak out in detail about what my experience was with that murderer for hire, I was really feeling out of my comfort zone, because my history is online. And if you review my history online, you will notice majority of what I would be posting is what is on the news, or what is, what I find to be resourceful, that can help people, or what I feel has humor, or something that may be related to raising your families, or developing a moral compass. These were the posts. There was a season I really posted a lot about what I felt was brutality and unacceptable by certain people in power. But even in previous relationships, I was never the one to broadcast anything. Oh, look at me and so. Look at what we're doing. Look at what we're eating. Look at what we're shopping. Some people, they post, look, we're in bed. We're about to go to sleep now. I don't have the time for all of that. You know what I'm saying? And second of all, I believe your relationship should be your private world. You understand? The only time that I've ever been put in this position is this present moment, when I have to set the record straight because I was surrounded by hypocrites and liars. And so once your name gets defamed, your character, once you're being slandered, once, people are using your profile and your name and your social security and your license to do crime, you better speak up. And this is what my spiritual support team strengthened me, guided me, and gave me the courage to do. Okay, today, we're going to address this. Tomorrow, we're going to address this. The next day, we're going to show up for this. Because I'm never alone. If I was alone, all these blind spots that we all have, I would not have the vision to see or know. But because I am loved, I am afforded 24/7 in all realms, all dimensions, past, present, and future protection. I have a calling over my life. And the type of calling I have, I cannot do it being cowardly. I cannot do it if I'm not confident. I cannot do it if I'm not a leader. I cannot do it if I can't be transparent. The list is long. And so it's never easy. But I was born with the talent to fulfill my soul's purpose. And so I stand firmly, knowing undoubtedly we ready. I said we ready. And this is how you should embrace your calling. We all have different callings. But you won't uncover your calling until you take the time to get to know yourself. And the way you can learn who you are is by quieting your space. Because once you quiet your space, you hear your own voice. And once you hear your own voice, you make your own decisions. And once you make your own decisions, you affirm your own life. Once you affirm your own life, you stand in your truth. Grace on a journey. I said grace on a journey. Never underestimate the power of a name. I understand life is a journey. I understand I am in a school. I also understand I walk with grace. But all of this enlightenment came to me when I was ready to receive it. I was ready to receive it because I was ready to slow down. I was ready to detach. I was ready to give myself a hug. I was ready to leave illusions in the past. I was ready to be awakened that I am never alone. I no longer have it twisted. You need to get your mind right. Because once you have your mind right, you will be able to escape from efforts being made to manipulate you, to go right, left, back, or forth. Slow down. Compatibility is very important. When you have someone that thinks for themselves, is okay with themselves, loves themselves, they cannot successfully maintain a relationship with someone that is a people pleaser, someone that needs validation, someone that doesn't know who they are, someone that is not confident, someone that is putting a front. It is not compatible. And so when these two different energies meet, they're opposing energies. Because they're karmic. They were only brought together. Confirmation. Notice that? They're karmic. They were only brought together to show and to teach each other what areas do I need to work on? So one energy may inspire the other to be yourself. And the other energy may inspire the other to remember who you are. One of the messages that was given to me by the ancestors this morning, you know, they could be humorous. I'm gonna tell you that. They can be humorous, okay, in their delivery. But one of the messages I received was, don't make me have to remind you who you are again. You know who you are, and you're going to stand in it. Confirmation. I just heard thunder, honey. You're going to stand in it. Those of you, I got to say it. I got to say it. I said I have to say it because some of you need to heal. It's so sad that some of you need a hug. And this is one of the reasons I encourage you to show your own self-love. Sometimes you don't have someone to give you a hug. And I want you to embrace the fact that you can hug yourselves. Some of you have low self-esteem because you've allowed others or social media or Hollywood or those that you're in a relationship with to play with your head and try to tell you you're less than because of your complexion, because of your hair texture, because of your features, because of your weight. Now I'm going to have to be real with myself for a minute. Because I'm hearing, you know, that's not what I told you. You better say what I told you. And what I heard was, don't make me knock you upside the head one time to make you remember who you are. Right? And I realized it was a message that I had to share because I've healed. I've healed to the core in regards to who I am. I embrace everything. Physical, mental, and spiritual. Because there was a time I'm trying to figure out from where to start here. I'll start with my first memory in regards to weight. I never had an issue with my weight in my youth. Never. It never came to me. But I remember once, very close to graduation in high school, I had a friend who's no longer with us because she died from breast cancer. But she made the remark that you're so confident. I never hear you mention anything about wanting to diet, wanting to lose weight, and come to find out, years later, when I was introduced to like what your weight, confirmation, what your weight is supposed to be according to studies. I forget the term. I know there's a term for that. But they measure your height and your weight. And if you do not reach a certain mark, or if you do reach a certain mark, you're considered obese. And if you don't reach a certain mark, then you're considered underweight. But in high school, I had a lot of exercise, right? And I walked home and I walked to school. So because of that, I was able to maintain a very healthy weight. I never once felt that I needed to be like a tree. In fact, I was blessed in certain areas, and it made everything blend well, like it in proportion. So I never had an issue with my weight. So when she made that comment, I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, well, I always have an issue. I feel self-confident. I was somehow blessed in that area because I didn't have a lot of friends. But the friends that meant something to me always made me feel special. You know? I had friends that if you didn't know better, you would have thought we were together. Meanwhile, we're friends. You'll see me wearing his jacket. You'll see confirmation. You'll see us joking around, talking, and they really made me feel like it was all good. So I saw myself in their eyes, right? So insecurity never arose. In fact, the only reason I had female friends in high school is because I attended my throat chakra. I wonder why. But I attended church with them, right? So I saw them 5 days a week at school. And then I see them on Saturdays for youth day. And then I see them Sunday at church. So they were not only friends, they basically became family. But sometimes we take family for granted because we feel like, I see them all the time. Let me make some new friends. I don't have to sit with you for breakfast, for lunch. And then sometimes after school, I go to your house or you come to my house and we sit together for dinner. So when I'm in school, I was the type, let me venture out. Let me get to know other people. Let me, and I got to get to know people from all walks of life, right? And as much as I was considered quiet, my friends were very popular. And so in some people's eyes, they would be like, that's an interesting mix. But they saw something in me. And I saw appreciation in them. And so because they saw somebody they can talk to, they can laugh with, that's down to earth, they can, be themselves with. Yeah, I like her. And because I saw someone that always made me feel special, always gave me a compliment, always tried to play with my hair, always, you know what I'm saying? I felt good about it. I'm human, okay? So I didn't have those type of insecurities. But as I got older, is when I started to be more into magazines and movies and music videos and so forth. And I began to compare myself with what I was seeing in the music videos or the movies I was watching or the magazines I had subscriptions to. I've been subscribed to Essence magazine for I don't know how long. But I'm a faithful subscriber. But anyway, I like to be introduced to what's going on in the world, because once I am introduced to it, whether it is a certain product, like, something in relation to skincare or something in relation to perfume or makeup or a brand name or whatever it is, I like to be informed because I like to tailor things for myself. So once I see this and I'm like, oh, I could try something like that. No, I don't necessarily like that piece of jewelry, but if I found a piece of jewelry like that, I was always trying to be unique. It was always in me to be unique. I don't want what's in the magazine. And I don't want what I see on TV. And it has to have a twist. You see? That's just who I was. Well, who I am. That's still very much a part of me. But we have influences. Those that are acquaintances or family members, confirmation on the acquaintances that can't mind their business. But family members or friends or whatever, they always have unsolicited advice. Maybe you should have your hair this way. Maybe you should wear this. Maybe you should wear jewelry. Maybe you should wear pants. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. That came about because I took my time. Excuse me. I took my time in how I presented myself. Like, I didn't begin to wear makeup until I wanted to wear makeup. And I didn't begin to wear jewelry until I wanted to wear jewelry. Like, yes, you may have an opinion, but yes, I'm going to do it when I'm ready. It's always been that way. And I just feel people never understood those things about me. Never understood why I didn't feel the need to fit in, or, I was accommodated in different ways. Like I said, the people that mattered to me made me feel the way I needed to feel. And I remember once being in a relationship and this man who met me at a certain weight confirmation got arrogant with me. Said, well, you with me now. I can't even forget the way he said it, because I was like, what you want? Because I'm not even with that arrogant BS. You know what I'm saying? You with me now, so you got to keep a certain look. So, you need to do this. And I told him, you see that door? You need to get out. I believe when I said that, I was like in my mid-20s, right? I always had my mouth. I'll keep it real with y'all. I always had my mouth, okay? You come for me, I'm here for you. Because I was never confirmation. I was never going to allow somebody to tell me you need to change this, you need to. No. You might want to tell your mama not to change or what to change. But it definitely will not be me. Let's be clear with it. Especially if you met me this way. You're not going to tell me now, because we're together and because you're so special, then I have to accommodate your look or your image or whatever. And it's always meant from that particular background. And this is why I'm convinced I just can't. I'm trying to find the politically correct way to say this. That background is not for me. I think that's the best way I could say it. As far as me being in a relationship with someone from that background. Because those that I've met from that background are very arrogant and conceited, shallow, and ignorant. And what's funny about it is I recall telling my childhood friend, we're still friends today. She might as well be my sister, because we've been friends since high school, right? So every life event, I'm there for her. Every life event, she's there for me. And I recall telling her that I'm going to get married. And one of the first things she said was, what is his background? And I told her. And she was like, I'm sorry. And what's so ironic about it, first of all, it's time for you to say congratulations, right? Homegirl says, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, that's her bloodline. Would you believe that? I said, would you believe that? That's her bloodline. So it's not as if we can call her, somebody that is prejudiced. Because that's who she is. But her experience with that population and what she witnessed growing up in her household and what her mother had to endure, I remember those times. She developed this feeling of being disgusted. And I understand. You see, I will not sit here and say everyone from that background is that way. There are people that are very respectable that I know in the professional world that share that background. But again, I don't know them in a romantic sense. I feel that when you make a bad impression on someone, you mess it up for everyone in your circle. Because once I got engaged, years ago, because I've been engaged more than once, and he was from another background. And I recall being in the mall and I heard someone speaking in his accent. And I approached them and I said, "You're from so-and-so, right?" "Yeah, how'd you know?" And I smiled and I said, "Well, my fiance is from so-and-so." And she's like, "Girl, be careful. They all crazy." I could not understand for the life of me. Why are you going to be like that? You know what I'm saying? She's like, "Girl, they all crazy. I stay away from them." But people develop these types of beliefs or attitudes or whatever you call it because of the experiences they've had. Did the person try to make you feel less than? Did the person, come in intent? Did the person hurt you with witchcraft or, whatever it is? Was the person dishonest? Whatever it is, it left a bad taste in your mouth, right? And I was being reminded that every part of me, that's the message I was receiving this morning. Every part of me is to be honored and embraced in its totality in relation to my physical, my mental, and my spiritual. Because as much as some people tried to break me down, from the relationship that I was with the Judas and his entourage regarding my complexion, regarding my hair texture, regarding my race, regarding my background, regarding everything. Everything was wrong to them about me. And so we could never agree because I already crossed paths with many who helped me to see what I needed to see. And those are the memories I kept. Those are the smiles I cherish. Confirmation. So whoever's out there that needed a reminder in who you are, what you represent, and what you look like, remember the first person who ever told you you was beautiful in a way that it convinced you. Because life is so funny. Confirmation. Because the same man who stated, you're with me now, so you need to do this, because he had some type of image. He didn't say it, but he had some type of image he had to uphold or whatever. And I told him, you see that door, you can leave that through that door. You know what I'm saying? Is the same man. It's amazing. It's really amazing because it's like two extremes. Because here you are telling me there's an issue. And so you may want to do that because you're with me now, because I'm so special, because I drive this car. You know, I live over here, you know. I wear these types of shoes, you know. And that's one of the reasons why he got on my last nerves too. I don't need to be told. I can see what you're wearing. I could see where you live. I could see what you drive. I don't need you to tell me these are alligator shoes. This is I don't need all of that. I really feel it's people with low self-esteem that need to keep telling you, this is what I have, this is what I've acquired, this is what I drive. You know, I need to go to a special kind of mechanic because, you know, my car, not all kind of mechanics can handle that type of engine. And I don't need that. Who are you? But some people are used to shallow people. So it's like they don't understand that you could actually be in a relationship with someone that's not there for what you own. That's not there for what you're wearing. That's not there for the cologne that you smell like. Oh, I spent this much amount of money on this and I went there. But he was the first man. I'm so serious here. Who gave me a clue on how the world saw me. I remember we was watching a movie. He got my attention. I wish you could see I wish you could know how beautiful you are. People, he told me this years, I said years ago. Okay? I remember what I was wearing. I remember what he was wearing. I remember what we were doing. I remember that day. Some of you need to remember that day because you've been exposed to others who want to bring you down and tell you what you are. Meanwhile, it's what they want you to believe you are, but not what you are. You understand? Confirmation. So ever since that moment, even though it was never an issue, I was never, concentrated or look at this, I need to look like this. And I was always comfortable in my skin. And again, that's why there's always tension with others that want to run game on me and tell me, you look like this or you look like that, because the hell, I know who I am. And I know what I have going for me. And I'm not sorry. They want you to be sorry because you know. And you need to be unapologetic about it. Again, if you're trying to put anybody down, you better go look up your mama's number. I'm going to say it again. So she could knock you upside your head one time and put you in your place. Because I am not the one that's going to allow anybody to put me down. Confirmation. See that divine feminine energy? It's in here. I said it's in here. You feel me? I am not the one that's going to allow someone to make me feel less than or whatever. And that's why they try so hard, because they try, it doesn't work. They say this, it doesn't work. They don't give you a compliment. They see it doesn't work. Then they say someone else said something and they see it doesn't work. And then they hate you for it. They hate you because they can't bring you down. Understand, they are agents of darkness. And I'm also being led to tell you guys, the women especially, if you are with a man, that's okay with being with you, right? But he's not okay with being with you in front of his family or in front of his friends. Leave that loser. Yeah, I said it. I said leave that loser. Because he does not value you. You should not be in a relationship with someone that is embarrassed of you. And that is something I always made clear when I was in my relationship with the Judas, that if you have an issue, please use your mouth. And his response always was, stop your foolishness. Why would I marry you if I had an issue or whatever? No, because sometimes I had to set him straight. I remember one time we went out to do some shopping, and I saw, as a matter of fact, one of those childhood friends I had who went to high school with me, who I used to be with 7 days a week. And I saw her and, I was going to introduce them. And then I turned around and he wasn't there. And I told him I didn't appreciate that. What was that about? Because I went to her and I said I wanted to introduce her to you and you to her. And when I came back and you wasn't around, oh, I just went to see something. Why are you looking for trouble? I need a haircut, okay? I didn't want her to see me with my hair like that. He always had some type of excuse of why, we couldn't connect with this or we couldn't connect with that. But again, don't ever put yourself allow yourself to be in a relationship or whatever it is with somebody that doesn't understand your value, someone that does not appreciate you, whether it is your complexion, your weight, your hair, your accent, your background, your whatever it is. Because especially these men, I'm going to try to be nice. I'm going to try to be nice now. Pray for me. A lot of these men that got something to say need a mirror. You feel me? Because what y'all don't realize is we see what you pretend you don't see when you look in the mirror. I'm going to say that again for somebody who didn't clear their ears this morning. I said, we see what you pretend you didn't see when you look in the mirror. And so the same way I can forgive or overlook, if I am not granted that type of effortless, I say effortless because it should not even be an effort. Even if it should not even be an effort, because either you're attracted or you're not attracted. And if you're not attracted, you should not. I don't care how you feel about it. You should not be in a relationship with someone you are not attracted to. Because there is always someone out there that would be attracted to all of you. I promise you, everyone has a match. That does not mean you're going to want that person and that person's going to want you. But everyone has a match. You understand? There are certain things that I'll be nice, okay? There are certain things that I overlooked, okay, Judas? I said what I said. There are certain things I overlooked about you, okay? Starting with physical, okay? There are many things I looked over in relation to your mental, okay? Can we be real? And there were many things I overlooked in relation to your spiritual, okay? Now, being nice, I'm not going to put you out there like that today, okay? I'll just go to the spiritual part and say, I did not like how I feel like if I am in a relationship with someone and I need to pray, if you can't pray with me, why are you here? Why is it that you can't pray out loud? How is it that you could be a spouse and you're afraid to pray in front of her? Or you're afraid to pray in front of him? That was a total turnoff. You see, this is why God had to give me a prayer warrior. This is why God had to give someone that could pray for me out loud when I couldn't pray for myself. Confirmation. Sometimes people don't understand what it is that you need to value the most. Confirmation. What it is that you need to value the most. Sometimes it's that person that you don't even have to tell them that I'm sad, I'm discouraged. He knows it. As a matter of fact, he approaches you and tells you, why are you sad? And you look at him and say, well, how'd you know? Confirmation. How'd you know? I didn't tell you I was. How could I not know? See, those are the types of relationships that are God sent. You don't have to say what you're feeling because they're feeling it. You don't even have to say what you want because they know it. You don't even have to say what you like. Oh, they know what you like. Yeah, they know what you like. I feel that with maturity, you should begin to see things differently. If you find yourselves a certain age and still thinking like a teenager, your best bet is to stay with that crew that wants to be teenagers. Because there are grown folk and then there are lost folk. And somebody that's lost cannot be with someone that is grown. You know, someone that's compatible. And again, I will remind you that we're all different. What love means to me does not mean what love means to you. What compatibility means to me does not mean what compatibility means to you. It's my goodness, that's double confirmation. It's all relative to your human experience. It's all relative to your willingness to align to being your best self. This is why it's necessary to experience the catalyst that you have in your lives, because confirmation. Because once you've experienced the catalyst, you experience dark night of the soul. And so you are faced, confirmation, with your shadow self, right? And you're able to heal what it is that you need healing in. And so you're able to bring your best self in your forever relationship. So, yes, we are still growing, right? But you arrive at this relationship with all the tools that you need in order to maintain a healthy relationship. That's the best way I could break it down for you. So, again, you will be growing throughout this journey, right? But once you have gathered all the tools through the experiences that you've had, you will be able to maintain a strong foundation. And this is why it's an unavoidable process. And this is why you have to work for her, and you have to work for him. And when I say that, I mean for us, because you're doing it for yourself and you're doing it for your partner. Confirmation. Because if you bring your healthy self in the relationship, it benefits you as a team, right? And so everyone benefits, not only you, but your children too. Always appreciate each other, always love each other, not just in words, but in actions, in priority. Okay? And faithfulness. Like, your partner should never have to doubt where they stand with you. Your partner should never have to doubt if they would stand up for you, right? If they have your back. If they can be responsible. There's so many things I could share, but due to my respect for our privacy, I will leave it here. In areas of respect and areas of support. You either know what you want or you don't know what you want. And those that know what they want cannot be with those who don't know what they want, because it will not work. You can try. That's on you. But those who know. Either you're committed or you're not. Just because you've had an experience where somebody wanted you for your material does not mean that everyone wants you for your material. And that's what people don't understand. And that's why they try to blame or punish someone else for someone else's mistake. Just because someone cheated on you does not mean everyone is going to cheat on you, because that's a total different entity. And they have a right to present who they are in their truth without being how should I put this? Without assumptions being made. That's basically what I want to say. Without assumptions being made. Allow people to introduce themselves to you without the assumptions. That would benefit you a long way. Because sometimes the person that's meant to be in your life is not who you imagined. And once they enter your life, you feel like, that's my perfect match. I'm being led to say, try God today. Try God today, because if you try God today and you allow Him to open the doors of love, so to speak, and match you with somebody that is perfect for you, He will never let you down. In fact, it will be much better than what you expected. Try God today. Okay? Now, I'm being led to share the spread. The first card I have is let your friends help you. Wow. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Confirmation. And the friends in this picture, one second. The friends in this picture are her angels. And other members in her spiritual support team that have guidance, wisdom, and foresight, and friends that can assist her in areas of healing, what she still needs healed. Let your friends help you. Okay? The next card is generosity. Gifts, charity, donation, sharing, kindness, power, authority, and gratitude. See, your friends, your angels, your spiritual support team can help you in all those areas. The following card is rebirth. And it's in relation to, as I look at this card, shedding your old skin, right? Letting go of what no longer serves you and of what no longer is in alignment with your highest good. There are certain areas that you are required, okay, to shed, to discard, to let go of, in order for you to receive these promises from your angels. Because in order to receive, you have to release. You have to release and make room to receive. Okay? Sometimes you have to release a person, place, or thing. The next card is okay. Some of you have a remarkable relationship with animals. And those who know. I'll just leave it there. Those who know. But you may want to connect with animals more. Pay attention, be observant. You may learn something about yourself. Animals love you, okay? The next card suggests that you should spend time by the water. It will benefit you in ways of cleansing and seeing who you are. Your reflection is in the water. You are as deep as the ocean. You can be still. You can flow. You can carry a lot. You're strong. You're flexible. You're fluid. Again, you have a relationship with animals that is a gift. Try to spend more time by the water. Next card suggests that you also want to spend time in nature, outside with your plants. And also, this card is relaying the message that it is indeed harvest time. Okay? Keep your affirmations positive, because as you remain positive, you will attract more positivity in your life. Okay. Next card is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Rebirth. Next card is rebirth. But I want to go back to finances and career. Financial issues are a factor, and I see someone that is tending to her plants. I'm also noticing some of those plants are dying. So there's a loss. But she's trying to, as if she's trying to stand the plants up, the flowers up. So the flowers bloom. Confirmation. They need to stand up in order to bloom. So there's financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This is telling me something. The next card is spiritual wisdom and magic. Exactly what I was thinking. Help one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. You see, when I saw the woman on her knees and she was trying to tend to the flowers and have them to stand straight and confused somewhat in her facial expression. And then I read financial issues are a factor in your love life. What came to me was magic. And the reason why it came to me is because of the fact that it mentioned love life. Love life and finances and career are two different columns, right? But the fact that it's intertwined here is telling me that your love life is influencing. And sometimes love life does not indicate someone that you're with. It indicates that someone that either once was connected to you in that capacity, or someone that wants to disturb you due to that area in your life, whether it was rejection, ego bruised, or whatever the situation. Now, another way I could see this card as well is her identifying these sickly flowers and collecting them to put together and perform some type of magic. Because some of you that don't know, some people use herbs, flowers, different oils. Everything can be used to conduct magic. And so this card can be seen in many different lights. And the grass is not bright, and it's very dull and, to me, brittle. So the energy of the land even it's like dry land, you know? The agriculture is definitely not full of life and sickly in some areas. Oh my. I just uncovered something. See, the first card in this pile was what I just mentioned, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Following that was birth renewal. Okay? So basically, there were energies targeting you to bring death to your finances and career. Okay? But it's all good. Thank you, God, because there was a rebirth and you have a renewal. Follow along. And that is due to a generous God. Spiritual wisdom and magic helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. You see, this is one of the reasons why you cannot be in a relationship with just anybody. Okay. Sometimes it's a person that you're in a relationship with that has jealousy towards you. Okay. And that is actively, okay. Can we say active? Actively doing magic in order to bring some type of suppression in relation to your finances and career. But God is ever present. And renewal is forevermore. And God gives us wisdom of when magic is playing a part. He also helps us to discover confirmation, hidden secrets. And this is why I discourage those of you that are in relationships and that left your relationships because you left them for a reason. I said you left them for a reason. So be wise in returning. Because unless God himself and your spiritual support team approve, it's a mistake. Consult your spiritual support team, your angels, your beloved ancestors, most importantly, God, as to what you need to do for your life. I myself don't believe in turning back, but to each his own. Confirmation. You have freedom to do what you feel is best for you. Okay? The next card is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So, let me tell you about how I feel about this card in particular. I feel that once you tell God that this is what I would want, right? I would want such and such because I need such and such. I remember there was a season in my life I was redirected from asking what I want to asking what I need. Okay? So that's what taught me to pray in terms of what I need. So once you're done telling God what you need to learn when it is to let it go. Because if you hold on too hard, yes, God, I need this, exactly this, and nothing but this, you have to remember God is in control. There's something you may feel you need that he feels is less than what he wants to give you. So once you tell God, this is what I need, right? You pray about it. You do your affirmations. You do your visualizations and all that. I would not recommend that you overly focus on it. Make a set time to pray. Make a set time to say your affirmations. Make a set time to say your visualizations. But do not let this guide you. So this is how you attract it. When it does not become an obsession. Because if it becomes an obsession, what you do is you cause it to go further away. Because you're not ready. One thing I've also learned on my journey rather than being focused on what I don't want. I don't want this. I don't want this. And I don't want that. Focus on what you want. All right. So focus on what you want. I didn't say obsess now. Pay attention. I said focus. When you focus, that's when you're doing your affirmations. That's when you're praying. That's when you're doing your visualizations. And start and finish. Okay? Now, as far as obsessing over it, that's just going to push your manifestation away. So, remember balance. Okay? Balance is the fruit of the universe. So understand there's a set time you start, there's a set time you end. In your prayer, in your affirmations, in your visualizations / meditations. Okay. Now, the next card is God the Refuge. Refuge governs dreams and reveals mysteries and hidden from mortals. Let me tell you what's significant about this card. The fact that it came out backwards, that's telling me they're doing work. There are those that are doing spell work in order for you not to receive dreams and revelations about mysteries and about mysteries hidden from mortals. Okay. And that's telling me that you need to pray and ask God to protect you as you sleep. Protect you as you dream. Protect your dreams. Protect your messages. Protect your crown chakra. And do this every night. Before you sleep, protect my messages. Do not allow any manipulation to be done to the messages being sent by you. Give me the spirit of discernment. Protect me in the dream world. Do you understand? And reveal to me who's wearing masks. Because some people approach you in the dream world with masks. I'm telling you this because I've experienced this. Please believe me, I've experienced it. And it was the best feeling in the world when I woke up the next morning. I said, oh, I saw so-and-so's face, but it was so-and-so. And I felt so good because I realized now you can't fool me. Even with another face, I already know who you are because I know your energy. And I know who this person is to me, and you're nothing alike. So ask God to help you to see through the illusions, even in the dreams, and recognize the mask, recognize the traps. And one thing I would also advise you to do is have a book that you write your dreams in as soon as possible. Okay. There are times you will write your dreams down. Confirmation. There are times you'll write your dreams down and they will, well, I can only speak for myself, right? I don't know if you know how to interpret dreams. I've always been able to do that since a child. So I can always interpret my dreams. But there are times that I receive the interpretation and something is said months later, years later. And is connected to that dream. It just clicks. And I can go to my book and reference it and see this and this, and it adds up, and it makes sense. There was a hidden message in there somewhere. And those of us that do have dreams or that do write our dreams down, we're able to maintain our faith because once God said it, it is what it is. Do you feel me? I said once God said it. There are a lot of things I discovered about myself, about my future, about what God has in store that has all been revealed to me in my dreams. Confirmation. And this is why, when people try to discourage me or, bring doubt or insert any type of negativity, I'm always able to laugh it off because I'm like, yeah, but I know what I know. I said, I know what I know. You understand? And that's the energy you want to be in, where nobody can sway you off the promises of God because they are genuine and they are real. Okay? Be in the spirit of gratitude. Begin to give praise today. Not when it arrives, but this moment, right now, today. Thank you, God. Because it is when you do that, you receive people. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not telling you things that I read. I'm telling you things that I lived. Do you understand? I'm telling you things that I believe that everyone was telling me that wasn't true. It's not going to happen. Or you crazy. And it's happened. Do you understand? Please be fortified. And the good news with the next card is being part of the tree of life. Some people are part of. And they have backing. They're deeply rooted. They belong. They have all the favor in accordance to the tree of life. And there are those that don't have a place. And regardless if you're willing to accept it or not, they are not your friends and they will never be your friends. Because they want what you have. And that's something it's time that you accept and understand. Interesting. The next card is belong to your own dream. Create your own life. You see, I've always loved to daydream. I love to daydream so much that even when I was in school, I would get in trouble for daydreaming. I would have an assignment and I'm sitting there far away. And my teacher would be like, get back on task. So I feel that some people have a harder time to visualize and daydream than others. But if you have a difficult time doing this, then just take baby steps. First of all, just give yourself a certain amount of time to do it. This is not something you have to spend too much time on, right? But develop your skills, confirmation. Develop your skills by just spending a certain amount of time every day visualizing on the life that you want to create, and have a focus. What kind of life you want to create in area of family? What kind of life you want to create in area of career? What kind of life you want to create in area of ministry? What kind of life you want to create in area of self-development? What kind of life you want to create in area of parenting, and so forth. Because if you just start thinking about everything, then what? It's going to get confusing, and it's not going to be as productive. But if you have a focus, for example, in your romantic life, what kind of partner you want? How do you want to show up to that partner? How do you want that partner to show up to you? What kind of things you want to do? How do you want to raise your children? Do you want to travel or not? What type of home you want? What do you want your health to look like? Do you want to exercise together? Do you want to cook together? What type of cuisine do you want? There's so many areas you can go with this. All right? Obviously, you're not going to exclude on the love languages that you speak and the love languages that you want him to speak, and what you need to feel loved, and also, this is not visualization, okay? This is just advice. If you are in a relationship and it matters to you, I'll just say it like that. Usually it matters to you because you see it's going somewhere, obviously. Because if you don't see it's going somewhere, it doesn't matter. And I know what I mean. It doesn't matter. But if it matters to you, right? Spend time in learning how to develop yourself and how to show up as a partner that's putting effort and that's showing up in the passion that you want your partner to show up in. Don't demand more from your partner than you're willing to give. It's okay to read about confirmation. It's okay to read about relationships and how you can better yourselves or improve your relationship. I don't want to use the word skills. I'll use the word your presence. How you want your presence to show up in your relationships. What boundaries you want to set. Are there issues in areas of trust? Are there issues in areas of vulnerability? Are there issues in areas of loyalty? Are there issues in areas of transparency? And what I mean about that is sometimes you're in a relationship with someone and they are not open. I don't know if some of you understand what I mean, but you can be in a relationship with someone that only opens up his book to this page, but does not want to open up the previous chapters, and does not want to open up the chapters that are later discovered in the book. Okay? I noticed that. And sometimes it's because they don't even know if they have a future with you. That's why they don't want to discuss the future. And the present, wanting to focus on the present and not the past, is they have something to hide. They're lying about something. Or whatever other issue that influences their inability to be open. But pay attention to those that are not willing to address the questions that you have. Pay attention to those times when you mention how you feel about something, and if it is dismissed. And what I mean by that is, do they just change the subject? Or are you important enough that they will come back with you to that subject? If they can't talk to you about it this second, when you least suspect it, oh, remember when you asked me about such and such? Like they remember, like you're important enough for them to remember, for them to make a mental note of it. Pay attention on the efforts being made for you to feel significant in their lives. If you do not recognize efforts being made for you to feel as if you are a priority, that you are significant in their lives, then you may want to look into that. And no, you will never know everything about how to maintain a perfect relationship, because it doesn't exist. However, the more effort you put in reading, listening to people's stories, asking questions, and I don't mean badgering the person. What do you want? What can I do? Let it flow. For example, you're watching a movie and you see something. Well, how would you feel in that predicament? What would you want? Or a song that you hear. As life happens, take the opportunities. But do not badger the person. I need to know this. I need to know this. Just live your lives together and make it fun. Now, this card is interesting. It is God humiliating the proud, spiritual communication, influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. This is telling me that some people are know-it-alls, right? They have some type of position, mainly in areas of organization, like whether it is a church, or a school or law or whatever, and they think they have the law. They think they know how things need to be done, and they push away those that have insight, personal insight, God-inspired insight, and say, well, things are a certain way, and that's just how they are, and that's period. Things are done this way. This is our tradition. This is our belief system. This is our culture. Whatever it is, are now waking up to the fact that we are evolving as a people. And so we are learning that different approaches are worth exploring, because we are witnessing the benefits that are associated with growth. Next card is Dimensional Gateway and Invitation. And there's so much light in this card, and it's an invitation to light, to wisdom, to insight, to glory. Next card is Child. This is a serious card. Next card is Release Your Ex, people. Who's holding on? Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Confirmation. The time has come to clear your energy. It is time, people. If you're still holding on to that ex, it's time to let go. It's time to let go. The future awaits. And due to the picture that I'm viewing right now, I'm feeling as if whoever it is that's holding on to their ex is feeling drained because of her body language. Because when something is no longer serving for your highest good, it becomes baggage. And if you don't release it, it leaves you feeling drained. It affects your mood. It affects your productivity. It affects your movement. So please, ask God to help you if you are having an issue in that area. The next card is the Marvelous God. Revelation protects from sadness, gives revelation in dreams. And what's interesting about this card in particular, again, it was backwards. That's telling me that there's work being done to escape you from receiving revelation, because this information is pertinent in areas to protect you from receiving sadness. So again, before you go to bed, pray about your dreams and how you are receiving them. Your dreams and how you're receiving them, and to make sure that you're getting accurate messages and that they're not being manipulated, to give you the spirit of discernment and so forth. And the following card is new beginnings. Luck. The next card your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay. Following that is never put too much trust in friends. And following that is fruition provides expansive intelligence and gives the grace of God. And the reason why this card again is significant is because it was backwards, and so it's telling me work is being done, right? For you to not receive what is meant for you. Fruition, right? It's also telling me that there's work being done to suppress your intelligence and to have you off alignment, off course, so you can miss the grace of God. So that's telling me that never put too much, because I had the card, because tongue-tied here, because the card previous to that one was never put too much trust in friends, is telling me your friends could be influencing you in ways that are not appropriate. Confirmation. In fact, they're not even real friends, they're enemies. And this is why they do not want you to receive the plans God had for you. And they don't want you to exercise intelligence or receive grace from God. Okay? But it's also telling me, because of the card previous to that, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. that you two have a future. Some of you might be engaged. And you have to be careful in who you allow in your circle and who is given the power of influence in the direction of your relationship, because, they can break it down. Some folks know how to break it down. You know that? And so, confirmation. And so, it's wise to use your discretion. My goodness. Next card is believe. Strange encounters. Okay. And the following card is crush your enemy. Totally. Oh, I believe in that. I said I believe in that. You know why? The following card is hope. Why did I say hope? The following card is light. But light is hope, right? And this card was backwards. So that's telling me they don't want you to have hope. They don't want you to have light. And this is why you are left with no choice but to crush your enemy totally. You understand? And believe. All right? Believe you can. Believe in your angels. Believe in your spiritual support team. Believe you can. Because you need to believe in order to bring it into fruition. Next card is honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Okay. Next card is workaholic. And that's telling me you need balance, right? There's time to work. There's time to play. And if you are in a divine union, you will be fortunate because they will have the temperament to have a balanced life as well. And so when you do have to work, that will be respected. And when you do have to get time together, it will be quality time. Next card is conflict and defeat. So obviously there is a party that feels conflict regarding your relationship and defeat regarding your relationship. But the fact that the card was backwards is telling me they don't want you to know that, right? But regardless on how they feel about it, the fact that there's a number 5 is telling me change is already here. Right? So it is what it is, right? Next card is find the lesson. Discover the purpose in a situation. Trust you are learning, right? Everything happens in life for a reason. And I always tell you guys that life is a school. Some of us are teachers. Some of us are students. And there will be times that some of us will be students and then some of us will be teachers. It depends on the season and on your company. But there's always a lesson, right? So whether you learn the lesson in a hard way or easy way, take notes. Because as you move along in your promotion, some of that information are prerequisites, confirmation, are prerequisites for your relationship. Because certain relationships that you're in, you have to be strong and be able to maintain it. Be able to be dedicated to the effort and appreciate it. Care for it. Nurture it. You see, you appreciate what you have when you learn what you don't want. And this is why the catalyst has to occur before you receive favor. Because then in that experience with the catalyst, you will learn what you don't want. And so now that you know what you don't want, you appreciate confirmation. You appreciate what you want and what you have. Okay. Next card is crown chakra. Our crown chakra is our connection to higher dimensions of awareness and spiritual abilities. Your ancestors could have had powerful crown chakras that allowed them to transcend time and space. And you have the ability available to you as well. The card could also indicate to your need to clear your crown chakra so that you can develop a better connection to your ancestors and guides. Balance your chakras and clear your chakras, okay? Clear them and open them and balance them. Okay, because they're messages, confirmations. There are more messages to be had. And you will receive them when you are attuned to receive them. Next card is eternal love. To me, that card means that I am infinite. I am love. You can interpret that in your own terms. Eternal love is also God. God is who. God is connected to your crown chakra. And sometimes in life when circumstances occur and you don't understand, you can ask God what lesson it is that I'm supposed to be learning here. Because sometimes the only reason that you're not moving forward is because you're not grasping the lesson. So what do you do when you're in school and you don't understand the assignment? You raise your hand, you ask the teacher for further explanation, correct? So you raise your hand and you ask God for further explanation. And once he gives it to you and you grasp the lesson, you can move on. Now, that's what I'll be sharing with you today. I had something else planned for today, but I'm being led to share this with you another time. But I'm going to end with a couple things that I want to bring to your attention. Beginning with my YouTube channel, which is Grace on a Journey. I didn't say Grace on a Journey Channelings. I said Grace on a Journey. I'm encouraging you to subscribe to it because, as I've shared with you before, confirmation, there was a lot of opposition when it came to me sharing what God is asking me to share with the collective. There was a lot of slander, defamations of character. Oh, a lot of effort was put in, trust and believe, to get me off my track. But God kept me standing here. Okay? And I'm being told that in this point in time, there's no need to be hiding anymore. I have been spiritually strengthened. Right? I was also reminded that I am a warrior woman, right? I was also reminded that this is harvest season, right? So even though I had all this opposition, I had a lot of resilience and a lot of faith, right? A lot of support by my spiritual support team and by those who do love me. I understand I have a lot of haters, but I don't care because I have those that love me and I do care. And so there were efforts made to discourage me from branching out by utilizing spell work to suppress my viewership on YouTube and other areas on social media. Like there is spell work being done, and there was spell work being done in regards to the logarithm so that people wouldn't see my page. If it wasn't that, when I had the comment section open, there were trolls and so forth and whatever, which led me to close the comment section because, again, I don't care. I don't know how to stress it, y'all. Like, you love me, I love you. You don't like me, I don't like you. It's cool. You want a cookie now? Anyway, let's get back to serious business. Yeah, I'm bringing this to your attention because those of you that are concerned and that are afraid of the bullies, oh, I don't want to sign up to her page. What if so-and-so sees my name? Number one, my subscribers are not available for others to see, right? The number of subscribers I have as well are not available for others to see. And so that should not be one of your concerns. And also, I do not have a comment section because, again, I just don't care about the trolls, you know. And those of you that want to connect with me for any serious or urgent matter, you still have my email, which is GraceOnAJourneyChannelings @gmail.com. And there you have an open door policy to send me an email when you wish, right? Obviously, I will not be responding to the trolls. But if you contact me in relation to confirmation, see, that's reaffirming that those that contact me will be filtered because, as I've said, I'm not alone. And what I don't see, that my spiritual support team sees. So if someone comes in sincerity, I will be led to reply. And if you come with foolery, I will be led to block. I'm famous for blocking. Confirmation. You better ask somebody. Y'all better ask who is the block queen on these streets. Okay? Like, we don't need to respond. We just need to block. So you get the version of me that you approach. So again, I am inviting you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Grace on a Journey, where you will hear this podcast. There is more to come. This is why I'm making this invitation right now, so you will have your seat. And I'm looking forward to see you there. Other than that, I was more active on Instagram and Facebook and so forth. But again, I do not have time for the foolery. And so I've lessened my amount of effort in those areas until further notice. I understand that I still have creativity that yearns for that type of connection. And when I find an opportunity to readjust certain things in my schedule, and I can comfortably afford to invest my time in those areas more frequently, I will take that route. But for now, I'm working on a lot of things, right? Some things that I will mention at a later time. So my main focus right now is, well, let me rephrase that. My focus right now in interaction with the collective on my podcast and the services that I provide. So if you are interested in those services, which are the readings that I conduct, or spiritual guidance, or direction for empowerment, prophetic word, as long as you consult God, right? Before you even make a move to me, and ask if we are a good fit. Okay? Again, I'm available at Grace on a Journey at GraceOnAJourneyChannelings at gmail.com. I will reply in a timely manner. And what else I want to say? As far as donations are concerned, I once had a Cash App that I made available to the public that I had to, well, I didn't have to do anything. I chose to no longer make available to the public because of the fact that the same coven that has been persecuting me since my initial venture out to the community were involved in theft and hacked my Cash App and stole hundreds of dollars. Okay? And I'm not crying about it because I don't have to cry about it. But I wasn't pleased, and I won't hide it from you. I did ask for justice. Please believe I did ask for justice. And I know God delivers my justice. And wait for it. But if you so desire to donate to my channel or my podcast, and you connect to me with your intention, there is a way that has been created for you to do so. But you must consult me, and I will disclose that information to you on a one-to-one basis. Obviously, that information is meant for you, and you alone. Fortunately, all my needs are taken care of and I'm provided for. So I don't rely on donations to pay my bills or to feed my family. But they will assist in areas of what I can present to you and how much more in depth that I can create life-changing collective confirmation ventures. You know, I afford myself in what I invest in and the materials I buy and the confirmation and the tools that I use and the books that I read and the things that I watch. And it takes effort, you know, but I'm willing to do it because I love what I do. And so I do it because I am also very much supported. But again, I was led to bring it to your attention that there are seasons. You mustn't forget in life there are seasons. And so it is best to show your love when you have an opportunity to do so, because God leads and I follow. And I cannot tell you for sure that I will continue to be serving at this capacity. And the reason why is because people, I have big things ahead of me. I'll just say it, right? I have big things, confirmation, big things ahead of me. God has revealed certain things to me that He will be using me to do, to contribute to this world. And I just want us to make the best of today. While we have the chance to do so. Because I'm being led in many directions. And so right now what I'm doing is creating a schedule that I can work with, right? Because one of the gifts that God has afforded me is He's allowing me to do what I love to do. But in order for that to work is I have to create a schedule that affords me time for contribution towards the community and time with my family. What's going on with my third chakra? And time with time with my family. Time with my family and, time for my personal life and, time. All of that has to be adjusted because I don't want to neglect any areas in my life that means so much to me. I just don't. I believe in being there for those that are there for me. I believe in confirmation. I believe in giving my all and showing up. So I got to work on that workaholic business. And I also need to feel appreciated. And I won't say in all areas in my life, because in my personal life, I'm definitely feeling appreciated. My family is everything to me. And we're doing good. We're doing very good, So that's not where I lack appreciation, but I do feel at times a lack of appreciation in areas where I contribute my time. That does not mean I will end what I'm doing, because I enjoy what I do. But I have to be with those that, you see, this is a lesson that was taught to me. Be with those that love and appreciate me. You understand that this is what I'm being guided to do. To be with those that love and appreciate me and don't want to keep me small. You know why? It's called self-love. It means knowing my worth. It also means knowing that I am limitless. You feel me? So I understand there are several different ways I can serve God and my life's purpose. And I'm going to have a ball at doing that. That's the only way I know how to do it. If it's not fun, you won't find me there. I want to enjoy my life. I want to give in a way where my heart is in it and my passion is in it and everything needed to inspire you. You understand? And that would require my truth. And so this is why I took the liberty to be transparent with you today and let you in to some things, you know. If you have an opportunity to say a prayer for me, confirmation, the only prayer that I would request is thank you. Just to say thank you to God, right? A multitude of thank yous for my present, for my past, and my bright future. So I will end today by reminding you to learn something new today. Whatever it is that has caught your interest, take an opportunity to learn something new today. And I will end why my throat chakra is, how should I put this, is being toyed with. But I am who I am in the eyes of God. Nothing more and nothing less. I am who I am in the eyes of God. Nothing more and nothing less. Confirmation. I am who I am in the eyes of God. Nothing more and certainly nothing less. Enjoy your bliss.